You asked the question, where should we start? Swansea?
Yeah, let's do it now.
Lincoln?
Yeah, yes, you're absolutely right to bring all these teams.
Hornchurch winning the FA Trophy?
No,
beating
and
Hereford?
do you know, I spoke to the Hornchurch owner on Friday, and he was so excited and brilliant. Absolutely fantastic to have that non-league finals day at Wembley.
St Johnstone?
Why are you missing where I was yesterday? I should have a little mention to say that, Cass, you might have to help me through this show a lot. No, just to say, because I'm a little bit croaky and my voice may go as the show continues. Because I was at the Brentford Community Stadium to see Brentford knock out Bournemouth and reach the Championship playoff final for a second successive season. And it was one of those games where we had 4,000 fans in, so the most that the new stadium has ever had in the stadium.
Yeah.
And it was, atmosphere-wise, brilliant. I can't tell you how fantastic it was. And before the game, Thomas Frank had said about needing the fans to be that 12th man to get behind the team and to make it as a hostile environment as we could. And actually, prior to the match, the team sort of did a little bit of a lap of honour, trying to gee everybody up, as you can imagine, as did Thomas Frank. He did a little lap as well. And I had my mask on, and I kept my mask on during the game, partly because I felt I could remain anonymous behind the mask and shout like I've never shouted at a game before. I felt free with this, bizarrely, with a mask on, because I'm normally quite quiet and reserved at a game, get involved in the odd chant here and there. But, no wonder my voice is feeling a little, funny today.
So, what was funny for me, you know that sometimes you go to football matches and the crowd lift the players. They just do. It happens. And it happens vice versa as well. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, it was a clear case of the game lifted the fans as well. Not only the occasion, but the game. It was just bonkers. Oh. I mean, you started with your kamikaze set-piece corner routine that you conceded with.
I don't even understand what happened there. Absolutely. We had a corner. We left no defender up, which basically allowed Bournemouth to break, and Danjuma made it 2-0 very early on. 2-0 in terms of the aggregate score. And I have to say, at that point, I thought, well, this is it. It's game over, isn't it? Because this is ridiculous. And then we got a penalty, and then there was a red card. It was a bonkers first 45 minutes. And when going in at half time, I was just like, I'll be happy to take this to extra time the way it was going. But
the game was pretty bonkers. I mean, 4 goals and a red card and some controversial decisions that you can argue either way, whether they've given. Obviously, the penalty for your equaliser was questioned by a few parties. I wasn't. A few Bournemouth parties. Yes. I think you'll find. Brentford are quite happy with it. And I've said this before, Nat. I just hope that, decisions have always made an outcome in sport. They do. Decisions can make a big difference. But I hope that we don't go too far, because I do think the penalty is a big advantage. Like a sending off is a big advantage for the opposition. I'll say it more, it's a harsh punishment. Whoever happens to, Brentford, Bournemouth, whoever. But I thought Brentford deserved it. That was the main thing that stood out. You just done enough over the 2 legs. Yeah, well, do you know what? Shall we hear from Jonathan Woodgate? Because, as you can imagine, he was quite unhappy with that penalty decision that brought Brentford back into the game. This is what he had to say post-match.
I didn't shout and bawl. I just gave him my honest view. I said, the linesman doesn't give it and he's looking right at it. How can you give it when you're looking through players? He must have buckled under the pressure for me. The linesman doesn't murmur a word, so the ref gives it. For the life of me, I can't work out how he gives it. I really can't.
Listen, I think if this was the other way around, maybe Brentford would have said the same. It's always that situation when there's specific details in a game that go against you. You're going to talk about it, and obviously Bournemouth were very unhappy. And I've seen a number of the Bournemouth, whether it's the manager, the players, people involved at the club, who have been quite critical of the referee. I thought the referee actually, in fairness, didn't have a bad game. I thought he did get the key decisions right. I do think that was a penalty in this day and age. If you're a defender going in like he did, Lloyd Kelly, with your arms raised as they were, you're going to give away a penalty. Chris Mepham, again, if you're going to bring down, as he did, Brian and Burmo, you're going to get a red card. Those decisions are just factual. They're going to happen in a game. What disappointed me, I must say, I have to say this, is I heard ASMIR BEGOVIC, the Bournemouth goalkeeper, talking afterwards, and he was talking about the penalty, couldn't understand why it was a penalty. He talked about the ultimate professional that Chris Mepham is, and, it's just a split-second decision that went against him. But my goodness, when it came to the referee, he didn't give him any leeway. He went in on the referee. And I felt like I just wanted to say to ASMIR Begovic, look at your own performance in that game yesterday. You were an absolute disgrace. Time wasting, for going down in the box for, I think it was a corner for Brentford. I can't quite remember, or even a throw-in.
I remember that one, yeah.
Trying to make out it was a Brentford player that's knocked him over.
It was
his own teammate.
his own player,
so, ASMIR Begovic, you can come out and criticise the referee for his performance, but you should be critical of your own performance, because it was an absolute disgrace. Considering he is a professional, experienced goalkeeper who's played in the Premier League, I thought he was farcical.
Look, it's quite sore quite after the game.
And I get the rawness.
Yeah, and sometimes the wound of being knocked out hurts and can be awkward for you in a conversation. I'm with you. I totally get. I can't say the referees had a howler. I don't go along with that at all. I just always feel that the decisions are very strong. Whoever it goes to, we have a big advantage for penalties, and we have a big advantage for sending offs. And you can't debate, and say that that is just a ludicrous decision. It's not. It's a decision that can be given against you. And Mepham having a great disciplinary record means neither here nor there on that actual decision whether he gets sent off, because he has fouled him. I don't debate that at all. There is a foul, and he is the last man running straight at goal.
And so in the rules, he's going to go.
In the rules, he can go. Yeah. And the referee would have been criticised if he hadn't sent him off.
Absolutely, exactly. So you can't win either way, can you? And obviously, as a happy Brentford fan today, I'm going to be coming on and talking glowingly. And maybe if it was the other way around,
have we got time for Swansea?
Of course, we've got time for Swansea. We've got time for more Brentford as well. I'm sure we can talk more about them in a bit.